You know, being locked up in a maximum security prison was, you know, you watch movies on it growing up, and most of them don't even come close to what it was really like. I was probably considered the worst of the worst, you know, being on that other side. I've dealt a lot of drugs. I've dealt a lot of violence. You know, you can see why people they don't feel that they're worthy or whatnot, you know. I've seen where there's no hope, or I believe that there was no hope. Growing up in Lapway is basically all about sports, especially when I was growing up. High school basketball was awesome. You know, we didn't lose a lot, you know, just like now, you know. I mean, we hardly lost anything we played. The team I was on when I was a senior, you know, it's considered probably the greatest team in the history of Idaho basketball, the 1989 team. We were walking in malls, signing autographs left and right. You know, we would go watch the games during the day, and there'd be like 200-300 people. Then when we would play, there would be 3,000 to 4,000, you know. You know, I didn't have a bad family life. You know, it was my mom and dad raised us right. You know, it was good. You know, we have always hunted, fished. Our dad took us everywhere, you know. So I did wonder, why did I put myself here in this spot, you know? Alcohol, drugs, you know, they were prevalent, you know. I mean, the very first time I tried drugs, I was probably in 5th grade. An older gentleman he actually made us smoke. You want to fit in, you know, so you do, you know, you take those things to fit in. I always think about the first time I did drugs, you know, I was in like 5th grade, and my oldest grandson's in 6th. I mean, that's wild when I look at it, and I was like, wow, I was younger than him when I first tried it. It mushroomed into a lot of drugs, you know. It would start more into cocaine. I start hanging out with a more wilder crew, you know. I was getting into a lot of fights. You know, we were just looking to get into something. I was in and out of jail constantly. I've probably been arrested 25 times, easy. I was at a house party, and there was a beef between some individuals, and I ended up getting stabbed in the back with a butcher knife. 5 days later, I took my cast off, and so I was looking for revenge. So we went to a party, and I was so out of my mind on drugs, alcohol, whatever you want to call it. Well, I retaliated against the wrong guy, and I ended up stabbing somebody. It doesn't really sink in until you actually walk in and those gates close, you know, and you're like, damn, and now you're in it. When I first went in, I joined a gang. I clicked up first thing. So 22 years ago today, I was sitting in a hole under investigation, looking at another 10 years, you know, because of stuff we did. Half of my guys were lifers, you know, they're never getting out. I don't know how you can live like that, you know. I just told myself that I'm not gonna anymore. You know, looking back, you know, the main regret is my daughter. You know, we were really close before I went in. You know, she was 9, I believe, or 8. That was tough to get back. I mean, I don't even think I've all the way got her back, you know. I lost all that time. You know, I think about all the, you know, there's a lot of years that you can't get back. Once I was released, you know, I mean, I just got right immediately back in. That got me there, you know, drugs, partying. I think what really changed was the birth of my first grandson is what got me to get on the road to righteousness, you know, I wanted to see them grow up. It's awesome, you know. if you're young going into that life, you are asking for it. It always leads to cocaine, fentanyl, heroin. You have to get a whole new batch of friends. You can't hang out with your old crowd. It won't work. I used to deal drugs, so I know all about it, how to entice somebody. It's fairly easy. To me today, it's still an ongoing fight. So it's an everyday struggle, but for myself, it's a lot easier now. I do a lot of fishing, hunting, and, I would take hikes by myself, just go sit on the hill and, just reflect, and the spirituality part of it. I think you have to have that to make it. As a youth, you need to know that you are valuable, no matter who you are, what you do, whether you play sports or not. Somebody cares, you are valuable to this community, to our people. Maybe you don't see it every day, but we do. We all want to see you succeed and live life. There's people in this community that do care about you. So just keep strong and keep believing in yourself. You'll get there.
Hello, my name is Roberta Jose Bisbee. Storytelling is such an important tradition in our tribe. In this series, each person will be sharing a chapter of their story. Our hope is that these stories will resonate with others, allowing them to learn, connect, find healing, and feel seen, and be encouraged while on their own journey. And we hope this video finds whoever needs to hear it and encourages them with the hope of a better future. Thank you for watching and for sharing this story with your friends and loved ones. And thank you to all who tell their stories, not only in this video series, but throughout our communities.